Welcome once again to this week's edition of Inside Richmond Basketball with head coach Rick WEDLOW. The Red Devils have just one game this week on the road at Muncie Central. I hope a lot of you will come up to Muncie, and I kind of thought about this before we got started today, that the Muncie Fieldhouse might be kind of the last time we'll be there. Who knows in the situation they have up in Muncie these days, and it's a great place to watch basketball and a great NCC contest coming up on Friday as well. And Coach WEDLOW joining us once again, and you know that the Fieldhouse is a fun place to go play. It's not an easy place to go play, but it's a fun place to be.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a great basketball environment. It's very typical of an Indiana high school basketball gym, and there's a lot of history, and there's been a lot of terrific, great games played in that place, and I'm hoping that Muncie and that community can figure out a way, and that school corporation can figure out a way how to make the renovations and the repairs that's needed so that we can keep going there and keep this tradition going there.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of gymnasiums, the Wigwam gone by the wayside, and if you see the Muncie Fieldhouse go that way as well, we're just kind of losing those gyms in the state of Indiana.
Sure. Fortunately for us, the Tiernan Center is still a very, very sound structure, and still a very beautiful place to play, and a great basketball environment. And of course, you got the Chrysler Fieldhouse in Newcastle, and you still got a few that's still holding on, and hopefully in our renovation process down the road, they may do some things to spruce it up around here. But the Tiernan is still, I get a lot of great feedback from the coaches and some of the players that play here that they love playing here. It's a great shooting atmosphere, and the ambiance of the crowd. Of course, the crowd's not what they once used to be, but still a great place to watch good basketball, and it's a great place to play. And I'm very thankful for what we have. But hopefully Muncie can get their Fieldhouse together, and we continue to go over there and play some good games.
Yeah, we've always had a great crowd come up there and watch the Red Devils and the Bearcats. So, by the way, just don't stay home this weekend. Come on up to Muncie and see the Red Devils play. It's going to be a fun game. You guys played maybe the toughest weekend. We talked about this before the two games last week. You have a non-conference game against Newcastle. They're 7-8-1. You come back against a McCutcheon team. They're 9-1 when you come in. So you come back from the break, and boy, two very good basketball teams that you played.
Yeah. I mean, those are some great games for us and our kids. And Newcastle is a good team and well coached, and they have great balance. They have great inside and post presence. Gillis was a load.
Yeah.
And I know after I finished my post game speech or conversation with you guys, I felt like I felt to give that kid a lot of credit, because I mean, he really caused us some significant problems down there in the paint. He's a load to keep off the glass, and he's a great competitor, and so. He's just as good in baseball. He's the kind of kid that could end up playing college basketball for a school like a Butler, or get drafted as a Major League Baseball player. He's a great pitcher and a talented player there. So, Newcastle, that was a great game. I thought it was one of our top 2 or 3 games that we've played as a team this year. The win, or the loss does not indicate, how well we played. I thought we had some really good moments in that game. We just wasn't able to sustain our level of intensity defensively, and we got a little careless with the ball there for a stretch, and we couldn't put the ball in the hoop there for a little bit. And then on top of that, we didn't get the defensive stops that we needed. So that was a little disappointing, but I was very proud of our kids' effort. I thought they fought and they scrapped, and we got better. I mean, we're getting better every game. And then to turn around Saturday night, we had our kids ready to play. We had a good game plan in place, I thought, and we did a good job of taking Deaton off the 3-point line. He didn't shoot it well, but then he started attacking us, with field goals, and he got out in transition. And I wasn't real happy about some of the easy buckets we gave up on the inbounds plays. It was lack of communication, some stuff we should have switched there. There were some things that we looked at on film, and we was hoping that our kids would be able to recognize it. And so we didn't do a good job of recognizing that stuff. I thought defensively, We had a first good half defensively against Fennessy and Collins. We kind of let Fennessy get going there in the third quarter. He's the best junior point guard in the state. I thought Christian battled and competed with them and showed that he's worth being mentioned in the conversation of one of the top point guards in the state. But overall, McCutcheon, that program, Coach Peckinpah has done a great job of building that program to what it is. They have such incredible depth. When they come off the bench at the end, even in the garbage time at the end, they come off the bench with guys that I'm looking at like, man, these guys would probably start for us. And so, our lack of depth and experience in our role players shows sometimes because we're getting off to good starts. And we're doing a good job of competing and holding teams to one possession, and we're making shots, and we're playing with energy, and then it seems like sometimes we get into our rotations, and we lose some defensive intensity, our execution drops, and we seem to not play with the same kind of purpose, and so we're gonna have to continue to work at that. And I really believe in these kids that they're giving us our best, giving us their best, and they're really trying and they care. And so we're just going to keep working with them. We'll stay positive. We won't allow any negative thoughts or negative things penetrate our family. And we still have a lot of games left to get better, and we'll keep working hard.
We're going to talk about Muncie here in a couple of moments, but I still believe this, and I see this team, and I've seen enough teams as you have over the years, about ready to knock over your nice little R there, but I've seen enough things over the last several years to know that they're close, and I keep saying that, and I believe you're going to put a game together here, and I think that's going to get you over the hump. Once you get that one game where you play 4 solid quarters, never going to be perfect, I understand, play 4 solid quarters, that's going to give your team some confidence to make that next step.
I agree. It's been difficult for us to put 32 minutes together, and so that's our biggest focus is 32 minutes. We're doing a good job in the first quarter. There have been games that we've done well first quarter, second quarter, come out decent in the third, and then there have been dropout in the fourth. Again Friday night against Newcastle, our second quarter really caused us some issues there. We're up 8 points, 9 points, and then they go on a pretty much a 14-0 run or whatever, and then that lead shifts to we're down 5, 7, go in at the half, down 8. And felt like we had a possession there at the end of the quarter where we switched to our matchup defense, and we didn't communicate very well. We leave Froge open for that 3. It was a 5-point game, relatively a 2-possession game. Now we go in at the half. It turns them from 5 to 8, which you look at a 3-4 possession game. And so, but we came out of that half. We made some adjustments against their 1-3-1. We did a good job of getting the ball to the short corner, getting the ball to the elbow in the soft spot in that 1-3-1. We did a good job skipping the basketball. We started knocking down some shots. Off the ball reversal, we looked to attack a little bit more, and we just couldn't get over that hump. We just couldn't get enough stops. We're just short a bounce or two, a call or two to go our way, and maybe a shot that may rim out to fall. And those are the tough things that you go through, when you're trying to break through. I mean, it's not easy trying to break through. It's not easy to win in a 4A Indiana high school basketball game, and we're learning that, and these experiences are just making us better and tougher, and we just got to get a little tighter, tighten things up a little bit more, so that we can sustain our effort and our intensity, our focus, follow the game plan, the whole game, and hopefully things will start turning for us.
I think we're like now 6 or 7 games within 5 points. I don't think you want to think too much about that. Kind of drives you nuts, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you're talking about a couple of possessions, like you said.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a couple of possessions, and those are the games as a staff. We go back and should we have called a timeout there? Should we have subbed that? Should we have maybe switch defense, not switch defense, call a different set. And so you just try to go back and, what can we do as a staff to improve our chances of having better execution and a better turnout or a better outcome. But as a second-year coach, there's a lot that I'm learning every day. There's a lot as a staff. We're growing as a staff, and we're learning to one another, and everybody's starting to learn how to provide input or take ideas, share ideas, put it on paper, try it out in practice, and so we're really working towards being the staff that we want to be. And there's a lot of work to be done, but our kids have been awesome, and from a standpoint of they're still coming into practice every day with great attitudes. They're still giving the effort that we want, that we're asking them to do, and we're just not there yet. And it's going to continue to take a little bit of time, but we just want to try to get better every day. We just want to make sure our kids are playing hard, and they're trying, and they care.
Saw them in practice yesterday, and all that is happening for sure. All right, when we come back, we'll talk about the Bearcats. Where do they stand right now, and what will they bring to the table coming up on Friday night? We'll do that coming up next. This is Inside Richmond Basketball with head coach Rick Wedlow right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Richmond Community Schools offers rich and diverse learning opportunities in all of our outstanding schools. We offer more educational choices to students than any other school district in our area. Learning today, leading tomorrow.
I'm not worried about being ready for the world.
I just need the world to be ready for me.
We are the best choice. Enroll now.
Welcome back to the show again. Hopefully we'll see you up in Muncie coming up on Friday night. Just one game this week, and we're down the backstretch of this season where now you want to try to put things together and start playing really good basketball because the tournament is not that far away. Bearcats are an interesting team. You look at their numbers and you think, well, they're certainly not as good as they have been. Mm-hmm. We understand that. But you go to the field house and they've got athletes, they can shoot there, and it's a tough place to play when they get that crowd behind them.
Absolutely. I mean, when I look at their statistics and I watch them on film, they're having a very similar season to what we're having. They're having pretty good starts. They're having those moments in the games where they're just kind of, not getting the job done. Yeah. And you look at them guys statistically, they kind of mirror, our statistics in terms of assists, shooting percentages, free throw percentages, turnovers, and so forth. Fortunately, we have a kid, that's averaging about 24 a game. They have a couple of kids that's averaging about 13 a game. I think Christian Wells is doing a terrific job for them. He's scoring the basketball. It's Bonzi Wells' son, mm-hmm. So he has good bloodline, good character kid, and he's been taught the game the right way. But he's a junior, and we'll have our hands full with him. He's lefty. We're looking at ways to guard him in that block area, high post area where he's been more effective. And we want to also try to figure out a way to make him have to guard our guys, and that's kind of the focus of where we are as a program. If you watched the Newcastle game, I thought we did a really good job of making an effort to get AJ involved early. He got involved early and he scored it, and he played well. And so we have to get Keyshawn involved early. And we're going to need some post presence. Mm-hmm. We're not scoring enough easy buckets. If you really watch us play, I think we have good discipline in terms of we move the ball well, we share the ball, we make extra passes. We just don't get the easy. We're not scoring enough off our inbound plays. I'm trying to figure out ways to try to get more scoring on our inbound plays. Maybe get out in transition a little bit more, but also try to dump the ball in the post a little bit more to, either get AJ going early, he scores it, he gets a foul, gets to the line, and keep him engaged. Yeah. And that's going to be a big key to our success Friday. But they have Trenton Hatfield, the mm-hmm. Illinois State quarterback recruit. He's been playing tough. He's averaging about 7 a game. He's averaging about 5 rebounds, 4 assists. And so it shows you he's just playing his tail off, and he'll be a handful for us. Last game against Noblesville, Jamel Barnes, who's an Earlham commit, lefty, sharpshooter, he really hurt us last year coming out in that second half when we were at home. He didn't play last game, not sure what that's about, but I really, he concerns us with his shooting ability. He can shoot off the dribble, off the ball screen. And other than that, they're just some good athletes and hard, tough kids, and their record isn't indicative of the type of team they have. I know Jeff Hollowell is a great coach. He's a good man. I respect him a lot and what he's doing with that program. And Muncie Central is always a tough game for Richmond, especially there. The last few times I think we've come out on top. And I know they'll be waiting for us to try to, get a win at home. But we're due for a good road win. We're due for a good win against, Muncie Central Richmond. I won't say it's a rivalry, but it's always a lot of people really interested in that Richmond Muncie Central matchup. Back from the good old days of, the Woody Austins and to Jerry Coleman and Dominique James and Billy Wrights and those guys. Muncie Central, they always have good athletes. They always have kids that can run and jump. They always have a couple kids that can put the ball in the hoop. And what it's going to boil down to is which team, executes their game plan the best, which team does the best job of taking the other team out of what they're trying to do. And of course, you got to get the 50-50 balls. You have to get easy, shoot higher percentage field goals, but also make some perimeter shots as well. Because we'll expect a mixture of defenses. They like to man, and they'll show some pressure. And they'll switch back to a 2-3, 3-2 zone, and they'll trap in some areas and run and jump you just to see how you handle the pressure. And so it's going to be important that Christian and Ricky and Trey and Marcus, they handle the pressure and be poised with the basketball, and we really hoping that AJ and Keyshawn can be a little stronger in that paint and impose their will on their defenders and get some easy buckets and get to the foul line and draw some fouls on their bigs as well.
Yeah. By the way, you are seeing your post players playing better though, right?
Yeah, absolutely,
yeah.
Absolutely. I'm very proud of Keyshawn. I'm very proud of AJ, and AJ is starting to. AJ has rebounded all year.
Yeah.
He's did it on defensive rebounding. He's been a great offensive rebounder, and we just haven't. We just early we didn't do a good job of getting him in the spots, and so now we're really focused on trying to get him going early because he does so much for our team, and we're better when he's on the floor. Yeah. If we can continue to watch film with him and show him the areas where he's getting fouls. And a lot of it is just not being ready off the ball, not being an athletic stance, standing up too tall, standing straight up, not being an athlete. And then you slide over a half a second late on the help. Yeah. You're not in good defensive posture. You're not in a good defensive position. And next thing you know, you're slapping down. And even if you get all ball, when you slap down on the ball, the odds are you're going to get the foul.
That's right.
And, we can't worry about the officials and the calls that we're getting or not getting. We just have to play basketball and handle adversity and be a little tougher.
By the way, before we go here, do you ever threaten them, just say, hey, by the way, you'll have to come sit next to me a lot longer if you pick up another foul like that, or do they like to sit next to you?
Well, they don't like to sit next to me. There are times when I really feel bad for them because I just feel like, in today's game, it's the game has changed on the perimeter in terms of the physicality of how you used to can guard on the perimeter. You can be a little bit more physical.
Yeah.
And in the post, I just don't see there's consistency in terms of how they're calling post play. And so, hopefully in the off season, IHSA will maybe take a look at how they're looking officiating that. Or just be consistent, and I always tell our guys to adjust. Every night it's going to be a different whistle. Some guys are going to let you be a little bit more physical, and some guys, some crews aren't going to let you be physical. And so no matter how it's being called, we have to do a better job adjusting, because at the end of the day, we have to make more plays. We have to execute better down the stretch. We have to minimize those lulls where we're not, get back in transition, turn it over 2 or 3 times, not getting a shot opportunity, and not executing our defensive game plan in terms of real understanding, who can shoot the three, who's a driver, and so forth. I mean, we're really trying to get our kids to understand the 3 type of closeouts in terms of the Kobe close, which is just a great player where you just have to close out on them and do the best you can, be active, and anticipate driving angles and so forth. And of course, you got the Rondo close. No offense to Rajon Rondo, but the Rondo close is what it is for a guy that's more of a driver than a shooter. And then we're trying to really coach the Kyle Korver close, which every team we've played, they've got a sharpshooter that we have to do a better job of running them off of that 3-point line, making them do something that they really don't want to do, which is probably putting the ball on the floor and attacking the rim. And as our kids get more experience and get a better understanding and seeing on film that those concepts work and they are effective when used properly, I think we'll become a better defensive team, because at the end of the day, we have to get more stops. There's not a perfect game that you can play. There's going to be mistakes made. You're going to make turnovers. You're going to miss shots. And we have to do a better job of getting defensive stops when we're struggling on the offensive end. And a lot of that involves better communication, better trust, and have a little bit more attitude about getting that stop. Yeah. And, you see glimpses of how good of a defensive team that we can be. When you look at the first quarter against the Newcastle, when you look at the first quarter against the McCutcheon, but then how do we maintain that defensive intensity, that defensive execution? And those are the things that we have to figure out and continue to work on.
By the way, before I let you go, one other one I want to mention. You talk about a good first quarter. I'll always remember that Jay County, or not the Jay County, but the East Central first quarter. You guys were incredible defensively that night.
Yeah.
So that's what I hope we'll return to.
Yeah. We got to get back to that. And, our kids have been amazing. I mean, again, guys have been working hard, and kids are encouraged. And, I take my hats off to these kids of, being good student athletes and trying to do things the right way, and believing that we can get this turned around.
Yeah, and I believe you will. Still think this is going to be a team to beat. One of those teams you just don't want to play when it comes to tournament time. Again, Friday night, 7:30 will be the tip-off. Don't stay home and watch. Come on up to Muncie, support the Red Devils. Let's have a good crowd up there, and certainly support this Richmond basketball team and all the other athletic teams at Richmond High School when you get an opportunity to come out and see them play. They work hard. They put in a lot of tough hours. And boy, being a student athlete these days, a lot different when I was a student athlete, that's for sure. I even outdate this young man right here. So I go back to the night. Somebody called me the other day, said I'm one of the old timers now, so I guess I have to live with it, but should be a lot of fun.
I'm not far behind you.
I hear you. Hey, by the way, if you can't be there, and if you have a good reason you can't be there, we'll have the game for you, the pregame at 7, the tip-off at 7:30. Thanks for being with us. We'll see you again next week right here on Inside Richmond Red Devils Basketball with head coach Rick Wedlow on Radio Troy Digital Sports.